Hello, 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 and welcome to Starting the Day the Right Way 5-minute devotion for March 30th, 2021. All right, it is Tuesday night of Holy Week, and as we get deeper into this week, I don't know about you guys, but I start to feel more and more of the weight of the week and how important the decisions that we make in life are. Seemingly insignificant decisions can have an effect that rings throughout all eternity. And certainly this is something that we're trying to instill in our son, that the right choices are important, that making those choices with the right heart is important. And all these things combined is going to put you in a particular place in life, depending upon which decision you end up making. Okay. And I can remember me and my wife in July, we are going to be married 15 years. And I can remember knowing that I was making the right decision. I had asked God. He said yes to me first, that it was, she was to be the one to ask. And it's been an incredible ride, for almost 16 years, including dating. So it's really incredible to see where one decision can end you up in life. Okay, and that works both sides of the fence, right? If God wasn't gracious to me and didn't save me from myself, I could have been in a lot different place from decisions that I had made earlier in my life. All right. So let's get to the reading. It's a little bit lengthy tonight, but I think it's important. So it starts from the book of Ruth, okay, chapter 2, and it's going to be verses 4 through 13. And it starts off like this. Just then, Boaz arrived from Bethlehem and greeted the harvesters. The Lord be with you. The Lord bless you, they answered. Boaz asked the overseer of his harvesters, who does that young woman belong to? The overseer replied, she is the Moabite who came back from Moab with Naomi. She said, please let me glean and gather among the sheaves behind the harvesters. She came into the field and has remained here from the morning until now, except for a short rest in the shelter. So Boaz went over and said to Ruth, my daughter, listen to me. Don't go and glean in another field, and don't go away from here. Stay here with the women who work for me. Watch the field where the men are harvesting and follow along after the women. I have told the men not to lay a hand on you, and whenever you are thirsty, go and get a drink of water from the jars the men have filled. Verse 10, at this, she bowed down with her face to the ground. She asked him, why have I found such favor in your eyes that you notice me, a foreigner? Boaz replied, I've been told about what you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of your husband, how you left your father and mother and your homeland and came to live with a people you did not know before. May the Lord repay you for what you have done. May you be richly rewarded by the Lord, the God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to take refuge. May I continue to find favor in your eyes, my Lord, she said. You have put me at ease by speaking kindly to your servant, though I do not have the standing of one of your servants. Guys, there is no way I'm going to be able to cover this in a couple of minutes, but there are just some key points that I want to point out here. All right, so again, a little bit of background. As it said in the reading, right, Ruth's husband died, and she actually stayed with her mother-in-law when she could have gone back home to Moab, but she decided to stay with her mother-in-law. Who knows what moved inside her to stay with her, but she was moved to stay with her and go back to the land of the Israelites. The Moabites and the Israelites did not get along at this particular time. So that choice was a huge choice that Ruth made, to stick by her mother-in-law. And where we picked this verse up from, Boaz just happened to be coming in to the fields at the exact same time that Ruth was there. So that I found very, very interesting. Now, a little bit about the history, okay? In Matthew and Luke, there's genealogies of Jesus, okay? And there's a man named Solomon mentioned in both. who is the father of Boaz. Upon further research, I found out that many people and many resources say that Salmon's wife was Rahab, the prostitute who helped the Israelites in Canaan. In Jericho. Okay, so why did Rahab decide to help the Israelites? Well, probably because she wanted to save her life. Okay, but she was willing to break off from her people at that particular time. Okay, and from that line, Salmon and Rahab had a son, Boaz, and then Boaz ended up marrying Ruth by the end of the book of Ruth, and had a son, Obed, Jesse, which led to David, and David eventually led to Jesus. So it's just incredible how important our choices are when we don't even know it. It's important where we work. It's important where we live. It's important how we talk, how we present ourselves. Another verse that really stood out was verse 13. Ruth says, after Boaz spoke and said, stay here and pick behind the men and the women of my group, she said, may I continue to find favor in your eyes, my Lord. You have put me at ease by speaking kindly to your servant, though I have no standing as one of your servants. So even though she got all this stuff from Boaz, she wasn't like, yeah, I'm in, I can act the way I want, everything's cool. No, she continued to be humble. Right? And I think that's important, that we continue to be humble. No matter how much God blesses us or doesn't bless us, we need to really press into that humbleness, right? Because as this week progresses, as Holy Weeks progress, we just really see the choices that Jesus made, right? He could have chose to get out of Dodge at any point in time, right? He could have slipped away, but he didn't. He willingly went to the cross. He willingly got caught in the garden. He willingly spoke at certain points and didn't speak at other points. And it's just incredible. So there's a lot in these verses, guys, and I just didn't do it justice, but these were a couple of things that stood out. The importance of our choices. And just the fact that, again, Ruth, a Moabite, and Rahab, the harlot or the prostitute, okay, just tells me that Jesus died for everyone, right? He died for everyone, but is it automatic? No, we have to accept that work of the cross, okay? Rahab had to make that decision. She had to say, yes, I will be here at a certain time. I'll let you in through the window. Ruth had to say, yes, I will stay here and I will work. And she worked. She wasn't looking for a handout. She worked. If you have time, the book of Ruth, there's only 4 chapters. It's a quick read, but she worked and she was rewarded for her work. Okay. So there's so much going on here. And it's just, I find that was attached to this week. So dig into this, guys. If you don't have a church home and you find yourself in Myrtle Beach, I invite you out to Forward Church. We're at 904 Chester Avenue, downtown Myrtle Beach, and that is at the Ground Zero building. So our service will be at 11 o'clock on Sunday, April 4th. It's gonna be a great message. And after service, we're gonna have things for the kids. And after service, we got food trucks coming there just to hang out and everything. So just really dig into this week and try to experience the best you can what Jesus was going through. I think it'll totally change your mindset. I knew I was going to go over my time. I'm sorry, I went a little bit long today, but I haven't even touched on things. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day. God bless.